Look at this. If I had a truck, I would drive down around this gate. But it's too steep right here. This is some bullshit. We have like one, or maybe like 2 or 3 now, cases in the entire county. And it's not spreading here because I'm almost certain that we had this happen. We had this virus already come and sweep through our town months ago. But everyone I see is still wearing these stupid ass face masks everywhere they go. They've shut down everything. And they're acting like this wouldn't even help. That's the thing. I've never seen more than like a handful of people at these little tiny parks anyway. How is this helping? It is not. It is retarded. We are coming to hide eggs at the park. The 2 parks that are in our town, they have closed off, and it's really starting to get on my damn nerves, basically, because, you know, like, we'll be okay. That's the thing. I've got, like, my family has property. We can go explore and, you know, walk through the creeks there and whatnot. But it makes me mad for also the people that, you know, maybe they live in apartments and the park is all they have. And the whole thing is, even if it were spreading here and it's, you know, been rapidly spreading and a lot of people were getting sick and maybe even some were dying, you still can't do that. You can't choose to shut down parks, especially where people, I've maybe at the most seen like 1 or 2 vehicles there at that little park. That's how stupid this is. It makes no damn sense. It makes no sense. It's not actually helping.
Mom.
Yes, I'm gonna go. Come on. And it's not helping. How, if you've got convenience stores open and fast food restaurants around here open, how is shutting down the little park helping? It is not helping. It is so stupid. It is so ignorant. It's pissing me off how people are acting. I've got the lady here. I don't even want to say too many details, but somebody I used to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month, you know, just stopping by, getting items, food items that I wouldn't typically get at the grocery store. She's scared to death, got everything locked up, and won't, you know what, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of, did you find one? Oh, wow! Is there a piece of chocolate in there? So when we were leaving here at this park, the guy who holds the keys to our little tiny teensy weensy town, he holds the keys to the park. He pulled up and he said something through his window and pulled off, and I didn't hear what he was saying. I was trying to actually talk to him after I got the kids loaded back up because I wanted to see what they were saying about this, but I realized if they could, it's the way our park is set up down by our house that they can't like block it off, and there isn't enough equipment like there is at the bigger parks to like tape around it all, I guess. But they probably will end up doing that anyway. But oh, that is going to infuriate me. If they end up doing that, that is going to infuriate me. Because how is this legal? How is it legal? Even if it made sense, and it doesn't make sense. That's what's driving me crazy, because I've never seen more than like 2 or 3 people at the park. We go there multiple times a week, and I've never seen more than a few people there. So even if it would help, it's not legal. We don't have like a stay-at-home order here where I even looked. We have, the same kind of orders most states do right now where they're saying go out for just essential items, exercise, things like that. So this is exercise. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. What's so worrisome is how quickly people will just fall into place without even a real threat. You just tell them to be scared, and they're scared. They will not actually think about this for themselves. All they are doing is watching the news. They will not look at the numbers. And most news sources now are actually giving a more refreshing take on this. So it's like, what are people doing? We've got like 2 cases in this whole county, and people are acting like they are going to turn into a zombie if they get this thing. I feel like it's a test. Because when there is a vaccine for this, people have been trained. They have been told how they're supposed to respond, how they're supposed to act. Oh, when we have a vaccine for this, damn right, people are going to be mad as hell at all of the irresponsible people that won't comply. What has happened to freedom? It's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's simple. If you want to do something with your body, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. That's how all of this works. If you think it's risky to go to the park, then don't do it. Stay home. Don't be telling other people they can't go. If you want to get a vaccine, go do it. Don't be telling other people what they should do with their body. I feel like this is going to get worse. I feel like this is some sort of test, and people are just laying down, complying. All of the people, this is supposed to be, I live in the country. This is supposed to be where people stand up for their rights. They don't even know how the whole contagious aspect works. They don't understand how it spreads from one person to another. There's so much we don't understand, and they have the world hoodwinked into thinking we have got this on lock. We have this all sorted out. We've got it all figured out. Just listen to us. Go outside for essential activities and exercise. Now, how are you going to tell people what is or isn't essential? Mental health is essential. That is very essential. You can't have people sitting inside their homes every day. Are you insane? When I stay inside, just 24 hours. It doesn't even have to be that long at all. If I'm inside for too long, I start getting so antsy and anxious. I have to get out, and I immediately feel better when I go out on a little walk or just walk around the yard or something like this. Being out in nature, especially near water, is soothing, it's relaxing, and you have people just sitting in their homes. No telling what this is doing to mental health. I've heard that domestic violence has went up. No concern about that. We don't see any concerns about this sort of thing. And so while I'm on this angry rant, I might as well talk about the degeneracy that Carnivale mentioned in his video about vegans. Because I wanted to talk a little more about that, about what I see in our society, because it all ties in together. The veganism, the vaccines, and people probably look at my channel and they're like, you are all over the place. Like, I've had people tell me that. The thing is, not really. It's all like captured under health, basically. Whether you're talking about eugenics or depopulation or the New World Order, it's all really, the same thing. It's all really health. And if we look at what's happened to our society, it was a slow transition for people that don't understand this. This happened over decades, convincing people that it wasn't cool anymore to be moral and in the way that, Christianity used to be, and, marriage and all of those things. the sexual revolution started a lot of this. And if you don't know the name Kinsley, I think his name is Alfred Kinsley. I'll leave a link or something in the description. But he was a pedophile who molested children, and his research, quote unquote, led to the whole sexual revolution. And people decided, because he molested kids is what he did, and he acted like there was some science behind it, and he acted like at any age you could be aroused, you can orgasm, you could do these things. And then it became like, oh, guess what, everybody, it's not embarrassing to be this way. You can go out and just have sex with anybody and everybody, and it's just, we're human. That's what we're supposed to do. It's within us all from the time we're born. Look, the scientists proved it. And that was the start of it all. And, you know, morality just went downhill and downhill from there. And then politics were just infested with this disgusting behavior. Basically telling the, you know, religious people that they are bigots, they are, you know, prejudiced in their thinking. And so our society, it was just infested. It was infested. And I should preface this by saying that doesn't mean, like, there are always outliers. There are always exceptions to the rule. So if a woman doesn't want to have a kid, or if somebody is gay, or, you know, just, there are little outliers. I'm not saying it is wrong, okay? There's a norm to the way things are done, and then there are outliers. There's a best way to do it, basically. And we should acknowledge that. The best way to raise the family, the best way to eat, the best way to, you know, see the world. And we should try to hold ourselves to these standards. But our society had decided there is no right or wrong. There is no, you know, you can basically go out. All of it was subjective. And it entrenched us all with this wretched way of seeing and thinking. And this is what's turning men into betas and women into whatever they are now. And yes, veganism does tie into this too. Diet does, because if you're not eating right, you're more easily conditioned and brainwashed. You succumb to these things. And then you know, physically you degenerate as well. I think there is a resistance, though, rising up and wanting to acknowledge that there should be a standard, a best way to do this, you know, to raise our families, moral way to be. And it's not what we see, you know. It's not what we see in our society. That doesn't mean, like I said, the exceptions. I know people that were raised in single-family homes, those sort of things. That doesn't mean you're just shit out of luck. People turn out okay sometimes. But there's a best way to be. There's the way you want to shoot for, a goal, you know. And we need to acknowledge that and try to meet those standards. And, yeah, it's not what we're seeing in our society. Can you imagine this Vegans guy, Ferdinand or whatever, him becoming a husband, having children, being the man of a house, breaking down crying all the time? How is he going to discipline his kids? How is he going to hold shit down? These dynamics are important. Could you see a man like that standing up for his rights when some shit like this hit the fan? They would so easily walk into his home and just snatch his kids up. So easily. He probably wouldn't even have a gun in his home. People have to be strong. You know, most people don't even want to be responsible for their own selves and their own families. We have come so far with our natural state. I guess that's all I really want to say. I don't know. If you get it, you get it. If not, catch you next time.